Hello, this is Robbie from Ahead in the Cloud Development, here to give you a demonstration of our SuiteSign PDF bundle for NetSuite. This video is being recorded using version 2.4.6 of our bundle on NetSuite version 2024.2. The purpose of this bundle is very simple. What it does is it enables users to easily sign NetSuite records using any device with a touchscreen, regular mouse, or even a Topaz signature pad. SuiteSign is a 100% native NetSuite app. There are no outside services involved, so you never have to switch apps or leave the security of your NetSuite instance. SuiteSign has been around since 2015, and you may have seen the previous videos. The biggest update this time really is adding support for the Topaz signature pad. Alongside that, we have made numerous small bug fixes and back-end improvements. Finally, the other update worth mentioning is that it has come to our attention that iPhones and iPads currently don't support embedded PDFs on web pages, which is how we normally show a preview of what the user is signing. So to get around that, we've added a link to open the PDF in a new tab on those devices, and I'll show you that during the demo. Without further delay, let me get into a live demo here for you. So this is one of my test accounts, and we're going to start from scratch here. I don't even have the module installed yet, so let me first show you how to do that. And you can follow along right now. Even if you haven't paid for a license, this module will work for free with absolutely no commitment for 30 days as a trial. To install it, we go to Customization, Suite Bundler, Search and Install Bundles. Here, just type in Head in the Cloud to see our bundles. The one we're looking for is SuiteSign PDF, bundle ID 101345, so it's this one here. So I'll click on that. I'm going to click the blue Install button, and click Install Bundle. Okay, so this will take just a minute to install. But while it's installing, let's think about what we want to accomplish here. In my last demo, I showed how to set up signatures on quotes and packing slips. SuiteSign works on just about any record type in NetSuite, obviously the transactions, but in this demo, to do something different, I'm going to show you how to set it up on a custom record. Now just for this demo, I've created a very simple custom record called a credit application. It really just has a couple of fields on it, just the name field and a field for the signature data to be stored in. This is just a long text field. The other part of this we need to have set up is obviously a printout for this custom record so that we can see what we're signing and see the signature once we have signed it. If I click print by default, it just uses this terrible old style kind of default custom record printout. Let's go ahead and just make sure we have a really basic PDF template for this custom record. So there should be one here by default. I'm just going to search for credit application. Here it is. I'm just going to customize this so that we have one to work with, because in a few minutes we'll come back and basically add the signature tag into this. I'm just going to call it HITC credit application template. I'm just going to make sure that my custom form is set to use the advanced printout. So I'm going to set the print template to the HITC credit application form. And I'm just going to save this. So now if I view this record, it should be using the new form. Okay, there we go. So it's not very pretty, but that definitely is our correct print form. So that's a good starting point. Let's see if our bundle is installed yet. Yes, okay, the bundle is installed. So if we want to add signature capabilities to the custom record, the first step is to create a configuration record. So we do this under Setup, Integration, SuiteSign Config, New. The idea is this record basically represents how the signatures are configured for individual record types. Now some record types might share a configuration if they work the same, like maybe sales orders and quotes. But for this, I'm just going to call it credit application. Now the PDF file cabinet folder ID is just the ID of the folder in the file cabinet where we want the signed PDFs to show up. So I might just use folder ID 1 for HR documents. That sounds fine to me. The post-signature email template does not apply to custom records, so I'm going to leave it blank. The custom print suitelet field isn't used very often. That's for if you aren't using a regular NetSuite printout, but instead a custom scripted printout from a suitelet. I'll leave it blank. Now the advanced print template is important for custom records. This is where we tell NetSuite which print template to use. So back on my list of print templates, here's my custom one. I'm just going to copy this ID, paste it in here. The transaction custom form override is only needed for item fulfillments. You can see our new help button has direct links to how to configure these here. The data field ID is very important. This is the field ID on the record that the signature data will be stored in. It defaults to the transaction field that the bundle comes with. But I will need to use my signature data field here. And the date field ID similarly stores the date signed. My custom record doesn't have this, so I'm going to leave it blank. Now if you want the person signing to have to enter their name when signing it, you can add a field ID for that as well here. And if you, as the user, want to receive an email after a signature is done from your login, then you can check this box here. I'm going to go ahead and click it so I do get the email. And for the redirect, by default, users land back on the record signed. But if you have a signature page on your website, for example, and you're using this externally, you might want to override that and set this to your home page or something. And last but not least, we will want to enable the Topaz signature pad, but I'm just going to leave this unchecked for the moment, and we'll come back to it. I'm going to save this. And just to note, if you wanted to add any other custom fields to the signature screen, you would do that from here. See my other videos for examples of that. So the second step is going to be to update our print template to include a tag that displays the signature. So I'm going to edit my print template again. And we'll need to go to the source code view. Before I do, basically we're going to put it kind of right down here at the bottom under everything else. And to see an example of what the code looks like that we need to put, if I go back to this help button on the configuration, there's a link to get to the documentation file here. And in the documentation file, we have an example that you can just copy and paste to save yourself some typing. Okay, here it is. I'm just going to copy and paste this little blurb. And I'm going to put it right before the end of the body tag. So now, keep in mind, this is just using the default field, so again, I can copy the field ID here that I'm actually using. It basically says if there's any data in the signature field, then show the signature as an image. Otherwise, just nothing will show up there. And sometimes what you can do is add an else here. and then just say sign and put a long underscore, and that way if somebody's printing out the form without a signature and they want an actual signature with a pen, you could have that here as well. So let's save this. And now if I just print my credit application without a signature, I do see this sign thing here. So that's good. Good start. Okay, now the third step is to deploy our user event script that adds the sign button here. So I'll show you how to find that. I'm going to filter my scripts for user event. It is part of a bundle. It's this one here, HITC SuiteSign user event. I'm going to view the script and go to deployments. So when I installed the bundle, it looks like it deployed it to item fulfillments by default. I'm going to undeploy that because I'm not using them right now. But instead, I'm going to deploy the script to credit applications. I'm going to leave it in testing mode right now so that it only runs for me. And on the parameters tab, I need to make sure to set my credit application configuration. Now, back on my credit application, I should see this Sign PDF button. So before we get into the stuff with the Topaz signature pad, let's just test it first by signing it with the mouse on my computer. So I'm going to click the Sign PDF button. And here's that link that I mentioned. If you're viewing this page on an iPad or an iPhone, this PDF probably won't show up here, and you'll just have to click this to see it instead. But I'm going to try signing this. My trackpad skills are terrible, but when I click Sign PDF, it should take me back to the record. And there I can see some pretty ugly signature data, but that's good. So the PDF should have been emailed to me, and I can also see that it's attached here to this record. If I click on this file, there it is. It's again not very pretty, but that's a good basic first test. Now let's get into how to use the Topaz signature pad device. Honestly, it took us a long time to add support for any devices like this due to compatibility challenges with modern operating systems and web browsers. But we finally found one that works pretty well. The specific one I'm using here is the Topaz TLBK462 model with a USB connection. And as you can see here, I'm in Windows 10. I couldn't get this one to work on a Mac, and I couldn't get it working on Windows 11 either, but that could have just been me. It definitely works on Windows 10 though. So setting it up is actually pretty easy. We just need to install a SigWeb tool, which I will show you. So this is the page where we get SigWeb. I'm just going to click download. Very lightweight. I'm going to run this installer. I have to pick the specific model I have. Mine is the BSBR. Okay, that's finished. Now I'm going to go ahead and plug in my signature pad to the USB port. And if you're curious to see this, I did actually record a 1-minute YouTube short that shows me signing one of these in person from the external view. Okay, I heard the little noise that it's there, but the last thing we need to do is we need to enable the Topaz signature pad here. This basically just turns on the scripts that recognize the device on the signature page. So now if I click Sign PDF, and I use my little pencil here, I can write much more easily than I can from the mouse. So this is from my signature pad, and it works great. If I click Sign PDF now, I should see another file. It just overwrote the old one. That's fine. But yeah, here's my signature from the signature pad. So that works great. And that concludes our demo. So at Head in the Cloud Development, we're always looking for ideas to make our products better. Please get in touch with us if you have product feedback or if you're interested in purchasing SuiteSign PDF. You can email us at gurus@headintheclouddev.com or contact us through our website at www.headintheclouddev.com. Thank you for watching. We'll see you at SuiteWorld.